Welcome to Cars, Shops, and Collections, and this is part 2 with Mr. D'Angelo, and today we are featuring his 1981 Buick LeSabre Limited. Look at that cream puff, less than 25,000 miles on this beauty. Oh. Well, welcome to part 2 with Mr. D'Angelo, and our first episode was your 1966 Dodge Coronet police car. Awesome episode, you can go back and watch that. Today, though, it's the 1981 Buick LeSabre Limited, less than 25,000 miles. How is that possible?
Well, I bought it almost 3 years ago from the second owner, and at that time it had like 12 or 13,000 miles on it.
Okay.
It's the original paint, original interior, original top. I replaced the tires and some stuff under the hood because I drive it out of state to car shows, and I didn't want anything to fail, so I replaced the stuff that was likely to fail.
So what's the color?
Dark maple.
Dark maple exterior, dark maple interior, dark maple vinyl roof as well. This thing is, I mean, chrome all over the place. The chrome rockers is really cool. This is elegance, 1980s elegance. You have the Cadillac, and then I think below this you got a Buick LeSabre.
Well, there's the Buick Electra, the upper series model, but yeah.
Okay, it's a couple in between, but this is a super nice car.
This car is rust-free. It was Z-barred from the factory. There's not a speck of rust except some surface rust on the drums, as you would expect to find.
And this, is it not a Guinness Book of World Records holder, this car?
It was in April, it was one of 85 cars in the Palm Springs 85th Annual Incorporation of the City Parade. Okay. And it was a Guinness Book of World Record attempts. We're still waiting for the final paperwork from Guinness.
But so it's not official, but it's somewhat official. I love the quad headlights on this as well, kind of the slanted grille here. And if you look too, is this part here plastic? If you look online, you watch other videos that break down the Buick LeSabre throughout the years, you're not gonna find this piece. I don't know what happens to this piece in cars, if it's plastic here, and then it just erodes and then people get rid of it. If you watch any other video, you'll see the big gap in here between the bumper and the lights. You come around, I love the spoke wheels. That's so cool. Something about that, it's the two-door too, but how the window, it's just kind of the door, it dips here, comes around, pops back up. Can we see in the trunk?
Sure.
Because the trunk of this thing is massive. Come around, Gene, you gotta gas it up. Is the gas back here? Yeah. Gas back here.
The original rubber floor mats are in the trunk. Which I had those carpeted ones made with the logo, but those are the originals.
Look how big, this trunk is massive. It is massive.
That's the original spare tire.
From 1981,
yep.
Spare tire.
Yep.
Get the jack instructions up here as well. But this trunk space is huge.
Yeah, car's very clean. Clean inside and out.
Let's see the inside of it. Shut this here.
So it has an AM/FM stereo radio with 4 speakers. The problem is that radio reception isn't very good out here. So I have a little device plugged into a power port and a small memory card in it, and it plays my music through the stereo.
The seats though, how plush are these seats? Oh,
those are a lot nicer in the summer when it's hot outside than getting in on a hot leather or vinyl seat.
Yeah, who would want, leather seats in Las Vegas are pretty tough. You gotta have your windows tinted. A lot of people question why every car has tinted windows in Las Vegas, because it's in the middle of the desert. 25,214 miles. Tilt wheel.
Interestingly enough, no electric windows.
Huh.
Just power door locks, and well, there's only 2 windows operated.
Yeah.
And it's a manual seat.
Same with the seat.
Yep.
The world's biggest gas gauge over here, by the way.
And look at the clock. It's working.
A working clock from 1981.
It's unusual to find a car from the 80s that doesn't have a cracked dashboard. The dashboard's perfect.
Yeah, especially out here in the desert, too.
All the wood veneer on the doors, the plastic isn't faded. It's an
acres of wood inside this thing.
Fine riding car on the highway.
Super plush back seat as well. And it's for sale.
It's for sale.
So if someone's interested in this, drop a comment or drop me a message and I'll get you in touch with Mr. D'Angelo and this could be yours. This is really cool. So why don't I get in this and I go racing off and then you chase me in the police car.
You want to see what a V6 looks like?
Let's see what a V6 looks like.
That's the engine way back there.
Okay.
It's 4.1 V6. Everything in here has been replaced so that, you know, I don't want any surprises.
Sure.
I don't want the alternator failing or the water pump going out. I got a water pump on the trunk just in case.
In case something goes out.
I also have a new master cylinder just in case.
But you said you were in Palm Springs. Did you drive this out to Palm Springs?
Oh yeah.
No issues
yeah.
at all, right?
Yeah, I've never traded this. I've always driven it. This car's been all over the place. I've had 37 old cars since 1970. So I've experienced the failures that come with not doing what you should do when you first get one,
Yeah.
which is check everything out.
Yep. All right, let's go for riding this. And you have the Las Vegas Concours here, 2019 as well.
It was in the Concours in 2019, yeah, as in the original class. It was also 2 years ago in the San Marino Concours in the original class.
All right, Gene, this is going to be a
In fact,
plush ride along.
the police car is going to be at San Marino in August.
Oh, it is?
In the Concours show.
You got a cigarette, Gene? Right here's your ashtray if you need to smoke.
Okay, the back seat wins. Out of all the cars I've ridden in, this back seat is the most comfortable.
Comfy, huh?
How many episodes have you done, Gene?
Gosh, 30?
Trans Ams, Mustangs, Camaros. Gene's been in the back seat of all
Now,
of them.
the Pontiac, that Trans Am pace car, this is number 1, that was number 2, so.
And this is now number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real nice. Somebody wanted to buy it and use it as a driver, and I kind of poo-pooed that. I said, nah,
Really?
this is not a driver. This is something that you maintain and go to cruise-ins and
Yeah.
car shows with.
That would be a fun daily driver, because it is comfortable. And it's in great condition. So why did you buy this one? Just because the condition it was in, or were you looking for a Buick LeSabre?
Every 2 years I get a new car. My car previous to this was a 75 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, just about this color, and sold it to a guy in Germany. My eye catches something, and I want. Like I said, I've had 37 old cars since 1970. I don't keep them long enough.
What was the first one?
The longest, first one was a 39 Buick Opera Coupe. The longest I've ever kept an old car was my 61 Buick Invicta convertible. I had that for 4 years. It was a showpiece. It was always winning, and I sold it to a guy in Florida. And just 2 months ago, the guy in Florida, that was 10 years ago, the guy in Florida sold it to a guy in Belgium.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I get a call from a guy in Belgium about this car, and I sent him like 500 pictures.
Uh-huh.
He was so happy. All the provenance, all the details about the car, he loved it. Yeah, but this is just an old school 80s big car. Well, it's mid-size compared to what was a few years earlier.
Sure, yeah. AC blows cold. It's about, 100 degrees here in Las Vegas right now, too.
Yeah, you don't see these around very often, and when you do, people think you can, I know where there's one for $6,000. Okay, you go buy it for $6,000, you put $12,000 into paint, another $2,000 interior, chrome, mechanical, so you're in the car for $25,000, $30,000, and guess what? It won't be as nice as this,
Nope.
and it won't be a low mileage original.
Nope. When you're sitting people in the back seat, you can fit 2 in the back seat, and maybe that third person, they're in that little dip right
Yeah,
there.
you can probably get 3 back there.
3 back there.
You can get somebody here too, pulling this up.
Yeah.
Maybe the kid.
Like the windows, too, in the back. Mr. D'Angelo, thank you again.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. This is a lot of fun. So next time you get something else, you give us a call. We'll come out and do a future episode, but
I'll see you at the IPOF show on March 23rd.
we'll be there. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you again for all of your service.
Thank you.
If you want your car, shop, or collection featured on the show, then shoot us an email at carsshopsandcollections@gmail.com. That's carsshopsandcollections@gmail.com. And thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Cars, Shops, and Collections.